Hello, all. Seeking to commune with the old ones but are unable to find a cabal? Fear not, Broken One. We have a Discord. If you desire the latest Brokenverse news, looking for a group to play tabletop games with, or even just want to hang out with a cool group of eldritch monsters, we have what you need. Find our Discord link at linktree/the Broken Lords. That's linktr.ee/the Broken Lords. Now we return to our descent into the unknown.
You guys stand outside the open doorway of the ops support hut.
With bottles and cans in our hands, maybe.
No, we just dropped that off.
No, wrong segment. Okay, let me try that again. With plans to get this glop maker.
Yes.
Hashtag glop game.
Glopgate.
All right. So we're going to stack up on the ops building and do our military thing.
Stack up on the glop maker.
If a glop maker wants to throw hands, I'm just saying, I'm going to take it to Glop Town.
So the left-hand portion of this building, it's divided into two nodes, is the main entryway. As you enter in, everything is as you last saw it. It's been pretty thoroughly tossed, probably by shamblers looking for a snack. And the remainder of the building is pretty much untouched.
Okay.
The doors here were secured, so nothing made it in.
All right. Check your angles. One final push.
All right, so give me your rolls again on engineering or science.
All right.
Hey, Fox! Yeah!
Damn.
Oh, are you feeling more awake after actually using a computer?
Yes.
They do say the blue light wakes you up.
That man just wanted to fill out a spreadsheet. He needed to get out of his system.
All right, so the Corporal and Klein head into the ration block processing area where the glop machine is located.
They didn't even try to give it an appetizing name, did they?
No, it's like bigger, heavier pieces of equipment that you might want to use. You're going to have to take some of it apart. Does Klein have any tools or anything of the nature with her?
Let me check something.
In the meantime, Vox, out in the other room, finds a whole, just starts sifting through the rubble and finds a whole bunch of useful little things, containers and whatnot. Even finds some chemicals that might be useful.
I've also got an electronics toolkit if that would help them.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Yeah, that would be great because
Any bigger wrenches you might need, you can definitely scrounge in this building. But you guys unfortunately have to spend about a half an hour here getting all the stuff you need. So one more round of recon checks, if you please.
All right.
I love how even with a maximum roll, I only got a 6.
Everything seems pretty okay.
All right. Get the glop. We need to go.
Glop is like oatmeal, but even less interesting. Unless they put the stuff in it. You know what I'm talking about? The stuff?
Yeah, we're not talking about culinary cuisine right now. We need to get this going.
Yeah.
All right, you folks make your way across that little stream again. Eric picks you up, takes you all.
Check for ticks.
Yeah, nobody's covered in tendrils except for Vox, so it's cool.
Yeah.
You fly back up to the observatory, where the scientists have already gotten some preparations underway.
All right. So, is that everything we need? And we just kind of drop everything, I guess, in front of the scientists.
Dr. Keene is the first one to respond. She hurries over and looks at what you've collected, and she's like, "Yes, I think we have everything now. If any of you have any scientific acumen, you may may be able to help us with the process. It might go a little faster with more hands, as long as you know what you're doing.
Fox will not be assisting with this.
I know
You first, Corporal.
I just say I know rudimentary chemistry because I make bombs, but
We may be able to use your help, certainly.
I have not like hard science, but I have a lot of comfort with like power systems and life support systems. So if there's anything like as far as like finer tool use, I guess.
I'm not sure that we need that, but if any among you have medical training, that would also be quite useful.
Well, in that case, hello.
All right. So we're gonna do some dice rolls here.
Mm-hmm.
I will handle some on my end, but I need rolls medical, biology, specialization, if that's what you have.
I got medic.
That works. Plus the corporal's chemistry roll.
okay.
Damn, only 2 5s on that roll.
Look at the flexing on these. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I am so glad you guys thoroughly upset that 3 I rolled like 5 checks ago. Thank you.
All right. So these guys get hard to work, and Klein, it's going to be a while. Is there anything in particular you would like to do to kill time, or are you just going to wait and watch?
I think the thing I would prefer to do would involve me touching Dr. Keene's equipment. So I'm going to not do that, which is to say, look at those coordinates. But
Oh, you wouldn't be able to see anything from here anyway. So
And it would be severely outdated by the time it reached here.
yeah. Some hours go by, and
Ooh, I know what I can do. I can be the water person.
okay. Hydration specialist,
Yes, exactly.
making sure that nobody spits in the cooler. Yeah, so some hours go by, and after a bunch of vigorous work, the scientists and our crew are able to come up with a treatment which seems pretty airtight. You don't really have any cells to test it on, but in theory, it should do the trick. With Dr. Mill's help, you were able to isolate the compound that seems inimical to the organism and sort of draw out its properties and enrich it to the point where it would be sort of like almost like a chemo treatment or something like that. That's just going to attack these cells if they're in someone's body.
That's kind of wild.
Could I get a quick science check from the corporal?
All right.
Corporal Guerrero thinks that with a little bit of further refinement, you may be able to make a hyper concentrated version of this compound that would possibly function as a chemical weapon against the organism,
Cool.
if you would consider that to be a worthy expenditure of your time. That is.
How inflammatory is this?
What do you mean by how inflammatory is this?
Like, how much collateral damage would it be if we made a weapon of this magnitude?
Oh, you believe it would be like going from a treatment to poison.
Oh, okay.
If you put it in like a dart gun or something and shot a shambler or a core creature with it, you might be able to do some real extra damage.
And we almost know, I don't know how conclusively, but it seems like the shamblers are driven by the core. So if you take out the core, what happens to the shamblers?
I don't think they would be a thing anymore.
Well, here's a question. Do we take it upon ourselves to take care of them?
Well, considering this whole infection spread from a single person being infected by an unknown quantity of the spores, unless we were going to spend time eradicating every single spore on this planet, there's really no point in going about this. We have a cure. We can leave.
Yeah.
I mean, was it spores or was it...
Dr. Mill at this point will actually posit something. I believe the primary food source of this entity right now is us. If we take ourselves out of the equation, theoretically it will eventually starve, assuming nobody else stumbles across this place.
Yes. I mean, this place is relatively remote, so
If this entity was on any other planet, it would be able to eat anything organic. But here, the moss, the soil, anything that it might be able to glean some sustenance from, is sort of a poisoned pill.
gracias a Dios on that one.
We did a big one. A big poison pill. Like, find a leather seat and wrap the hyper concentrated version in it, and then it goes to eat the leather, but then it eats the hyper concentrate too, and bleh. Then we just
I
have to
mean,
leave a present at the door. We don't have to do anything crazy.
it'll just starve to death if we're not here.
It's fairly likely, yes.
Corey,
Mm-hmm.
I review the tape in my head.
Okay.
I mean, Dr. Mill,
Yes.
what if this thing is somewhere else? Is there another way to fight it?
Dr. Mill looks over at Dr. Keen and he's like, my colleague has, while we were waiting for you, she took another look at those coordinates. And all I can say is if your hypothesis is right and that this creature is there, I'm simply quite glad it is the distance away from us that it is. But if we research the concentrated dose, we may be able to synthesize it in a lab. If you're worried about fighting this entity in the future,
It's not a hypothesis. I was shown this.
I warn you all that even this cure, he holds up the little vial that we've managed to synthesize, it won't work as well off this planet as it does on, but it's certainly better than nothing.
Why is that? I am
Well,
wondering.
because of the compound. It's in the air we're breathing right now.
And the compound can't be synthesized.
Well, no, not as such. But even if it was, the entire environment is bathed in it. The entity is weakened just by being here, and your body is bolstered by the same presence. Although I suppose, in your case, since you've been running on vac suit air this whole time, it's probably not as much in your system as it is in ours.
Right. So, will it have any adverse effects if you are, in fact, not infected? If you consume
It
it?
should be safe, yes.
I think, as a precaution, maybe we should, all, have a toast, shall we say?
Well, it would have to be delivered by injection, but yeah, I suppose. It's not like an antibody, it's a chemical treatment. I'm not sure it will pay protection forward.
I'm just saying in case you're, not exhibiting symptoms, but you are infected.
That is, yes, it might be a good idea. We can certainly synthesize some more batches before we leave, if that's the case.
This is the worst party ever. That was a joke.
Everyone just kind of blankly looks at you, it seems.
See, this is what I mean. This is a terrible party. Nobody's happy. This is also...
I'll be happy when we're on the ship leaving.
Yeah. Same.
Guys, even if we leave, we're not safe. It might be on the other side of the galaxy, but we're not safe.
Yes. But we can't do anything on this planet to solve that.
Perhaps it would be for the best to try and research the concentrated dose then.
Yes. Let's do that, and then we can head out.
We could perhaps split our attentions, have two of us working on making more doses of the cure, and the other two trying to make the concentrated dose.
I think that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
I will sit and spin.
Science and medic rolls again, please.
Do.
Oof.
Vox really did just need to have his one interaction with spreadsheets.
You and your
That's
Excel,
12.
man. Yeah, that's a not that good for me.
No, thankfully you're not working alone, so. Okay. You now have a total of 14 doses of the cure.
Awesome.
Progress on the concentrated dose is very slow, but at the end of a marathon-length work shift that leaves you all exhausted and ready for bed. You have, as I said, 14 doses, and 1 dose of the concentrated agent, plus the data necessary to reproduce them in a lab.
All right. Believe it's time we all packed up.
Dr. Mills suggests that perhaps we should take some moss and samples to facilitate replicating more of these compounds.
Sure.
However, y'all have been at this for a while, so you are going to have to rest up here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Things seem pretty safe, but you're not going to be sleeping in your vac suits.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a leap of faith scenario. You guys have been at this for a long, long time now.
Yeah.
All right.
Another band-aid to rip out, I suppose.
Box is already getting out of the vac suit.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the same.
This is uncomfortable, Klein says as she starts undoing straps and buckles and things.
Yeah, blame human biology for this one.
All right. You are able to radio as a consideration. Using air raft, you are able to get a signal out to the 4A4 to let them know that it's going to be a while longer.
Yep, we'll tell them that we'll get the cures and that we just need to sleep and then we'll be back.
They report that all is still quiet at Candling Station.
If only they could meet us up here.
Yeah, but they couldn't.
Yeah, kind of need an airfield, and we
Yeah.
don't have that. Guys, this place is so brown. I'm sick of it.
Almost home.
Yeah.
At this point, where there is view glass, you can see an absolutely breathtaking view of the stars from here. But you shuffle over to the Hab area and take your rest.
Special thanks to our logo designer Sierra Twazin, to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, and Mongoose Publishing. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at LordsBroken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our Linktree at linktr.ee/The Broken Lords. Thank you.
Podcast recommendations, you ask? Brian Wayne here, co-curator of The Apocalypse. And I know that sounds gnarly. That's because it is gnarly, man. The Apocalypse. What is The Apocalypse? The Apocalypse is a culmination of the gnarliest podcast, independent podcast the internet has to offer. So instead of trying to go to Twitter the next time you need a new podcast to listen to and try to get Twitter famous, podcast recommendations, please. Just think The Apocalypse, man. And it's ironic because The Apocalypse is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Just go to podchaser.com. It's in the top lists. The top lists in the whole world. So whether you're looking for true crime, sports, role-playing, I don't know, anything. Think of a podcast. It's on The Apocalypse. It's like the apocalypse with a D. And do not forget to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter as well. Once again, that is The Apocalypse. If you're looking for a podcast recommendation, The Apocalypse is sure to have something for you.